Hello. Today I'm going to run through how to create a data-driven subscription in Power BI report service. So I'm creating an example report here for you, which is called Employee Stats, and it's just got simple data in there and a chart. The goal of what we're trying to do today is to create a data-driven subscription. So the subscription will be email based, but it will just run through a table that we've set up beforehand that has a list of email addresses that we want to email automatically. So that's the report that we're going to send out. I've already set it up, and if I just show you the table that we're going to use, we've got a database called training database, and within we've got a table called mailing list. Within mailing list, I've got 3 columns. So we've got the actual email address column, we've got a subject and a description. The description in this case is just the email body. Yeah. So this will be what will drive our subscription. So imagine there's 20, 30 rows in here with lots of different email addresses. When the subscription runs, it will email each one of these row by row. Yeah. So the first thing that you're going to have to do if you're setting up a data-driven subscription is create a data source. So I've got the data source set up here, which is pointed at the database that I've already got set up. Yeah. And then what we want to do is we want to go to subscribe. So this will take us to the subscription screen. We want to select data-driven subscription. If you need to set up a schedule, you can do that here. Pretty self-explanatory. And in this case, we're going to keep the destination as email. And then you can see here that when you select data-driven subscription, it tells you need a data set for this subscription. So click edit data set, and then we choose the data set that I showed you earlier. So this is linking to the training database, which has got the table in with the mailing list. And then in the query, I just want to select everything from the table was called mailing list, I think. Yeah, there we go. So that worked. And then now that we've defined the data set, you can see that it's prompting us to put in some values here for the email. So these delivery options allow you to define things like where the email is going to, if there's any CC, BCC, the subject, the priority, and if you want to include the link to the report. So the first thing we'll do is you can now see you've got the option to get the value from the data set, and this will automatically pull through all of the columns that we've got in our table. So our to email address is going to be the email to column that I've got set up here, so this one here. CC will leave blank, BCC is blank, reply to, we'll leave that for now. Include report, yes. We'll leave the subject, and we'll change the subject actually. So we'll do get value from dataset, and we'll do subject from the table. And then for the comment, we'll do get value from dataset again, and we'll change it to description. And then for include link, we'll just put that as false. Yeah. So then what we can do is we'll create a subscription. So now if you go to the subscriptions list, you can see here is a new subscription that we've created. So this is another one that I've tested before. It's got one processed up one. I'll now run this one. See, it's running, and we give it 2 seconds. Maybe 1 more second. Yep, it's processing. So you can see that it's picked up 1 row because there's only 1 row in the table. And that's it, it's 1 processed up 1. So now if I go to my emails here, give it a good second, there's our email. So you can see this description that we put in. This is a test to show how the data-driven subscription works. We've got the report attached here as well. That's it. So you can imagine if you had multiple rows, like 10, 20, 30 email addresses, the report would run through and it'd email the same report out to everybody. There are more advanced options that you can use when setting up a data-driven subscription. I could probably cover those in another video, but you have options like if you have parameters on the report and it's, for example, by customer, you can define a customer in the table that you're using for the data-driven subscription, and you can say where the customer matches the customer parameter, you want to email that out to the email address that you've got on the row. But yeah, thanks.